everybody. Open in browser. Good, happy Friday, everybody. Say hello. I'm live on Facebook. I'm live on Twitter. And I'm live on YouTube. Restream. I will be back on Twitch soon. Just not right now. And my phone died. All right, let me go ahead and check my Twitter feed real quick. I should already have this stuff up so I can just be all right, up and running. But honestly, today my goal is to be talking to you about creating a really fire lead magnet. Why is Lori Harvey trending? Yeah, why is Lori Harvey trending? Oh, I'm so distracted. She looks great. Oh, that's why she's trending. I don't know. Doesn't matter. That does not matter, y'all. Excuse me for being happy Friday, Carmen. Excuse me for being distracted by why Lori Harvey is trending right now. Today has been a pretty great day. I've been pretty busy. Let me get my shoulders together. Okay, so we're going to talk about creating a lead magnet that's fire. And this is something that I won't say is near and dear to me. No, this is something that's really important that you put a lot of nice effort into, but don't spend too much time on it. So I think I have 2 lead magnets so far. I've helped create customers, ideate and create other kinds of lead magnets, but I have 2. And I realized that the 2 that I have, one of them is really packed with a lot of stuff in it. So it may be even better to break that one down into some more. And then the other one, I love it. It was my first one. So it just, it's my inaugural thing. But I know I could do better. So I'm actually making another one today. That's going to be a part of a bigger package of a suite of things. So I just want to talk to everybody about one, if you have your lead magnet and you want me to look at it while I'm on this live, I'm going to be here until 4. I'm going to keep this short and sweet today. 30 minutes is short and sweet for me, y'all. I'll be here until 4. And I'm just going to be talking about lead magnets until then, so feel free to plug it in the chat. If I'm looking to your right, my left, I'm looking at my screen. So, okay. So we're going to talk about what your lead magnet needs to do. The reason why you're creating a lead magnet is an incentive to gain an audience for your email list. And you usually want to focus on something that will be helpful for your audience, something that you know that your audience needs to be thinking about, something that will make their lives a little bit easier, something that they will be interested in and that they can take action on. I think also one of my lead magnets, it wasn't that much as action oriented as it could have been. So that's why another reason why I'm making another one. And don't feel any kind of way about being perfect. You're not going to be perfect the first time. This is I got Bitcoin too. Did you sell over 10 grand? I don't even care about Bitcoin. I'm sorry. I just don't. I'm sorry. Actually, I'm not sorry. I'm talking about lead magnets today. Is your lead magnet about Bitcoin? Because then we can talk about it. But if not, I don't know why you're here, sir. So the first thing we want to do is make sure it's something that and I'm looking at my notes so I can stay on track today because I can go off. Clearly, I just went off of my script. But make sure that this is something that your audience wants. Is it a checklist? Is it a calendar? Is it a report? Just what would your audience be interested in? For instance, what's the name of the company? I forgot the name of the company, but they had a report about email deliverability. And I love email marketing. That's what I do. So I signed up for that. I was like, oh, yeah, take my email anytime. because I really wanted like that information. I wanted to know like what kind of data are they getting out of their users when it comes to email marketing. So that was one way I opt in. That probably took a lot of work for them to do, but that's kind of an evergreen thing that will last a really long time for them, like at least a couple years, because it's going to be one of their many lead magnets. Another idea of a lead magnet, and I'm going to give a list out. I'm actually going to tweet under this a list of ideas, and then I think I'm going to tweet my website so people can join my email list, because right now I'm working on like rebuilding a lot of my stuff. So like having people join my email list right now gives me anxiety because I don't have my shit together. So I'm working on other people's shit. We're gonna figure it out. I mean, we're gonna get it together, y'all. So yes. So that's the first thing. Do something valuable that your audience would be interested in. Set backwards hack and figure out something like, okay, what's the first step? So for me, I want to help people who have personal brands and entrepreneurs and small business owners grow their email list. So people who are already in business are like my ideal customers or clients. And so when they're thinking about growing email lists, sometimes they're not always thinking about having a Google Analytics code, the pixels, all of their brand data together. They're not always thinking about the things they need before they want to like go in and do things themselves. So I'm creating a lead magnet that'll be like a checklist of all the things you need to do when you start a list. All the things that you forget. I got a checklist for you and I have a reason why. I actually finished that today, but I'll distribute that as my lead magnet, and then when people sign up, they'll get a series of emails to welcome them, to show them the benefits of being on my list, to introduce them to who I am, what my brand is about, and maybe sell them a product. Yeah, that would be selling them a product. So that's one thing. Your list should be specific. It shouldn't be vague. You should be giving valuable information. It shouldn't be like a pie in a cloud. You can go fly in the sky, and if you dream hard enough and say these 3 things, it'll work for you. Like it needs to be very specific. Like mine's is specific. It's how the things you need to do before you start to build your list, or as you build your list. Here is a checklist that you need to do when you're first starting. Here are the things that you want to have. Like here. Very specific. The third thing we want to think about is deliver a promise. What are they going to get out of opting into your email list? So for me, my first one was the .com secret notes. They're going to save time. I automatically say, hey, look, I did the work for you, so you don't have to. Take my notes. So I'm delivering a promise of like saving time. Maybe I should be more overt about that. But, essentially when someone's saying I did the notes for you, it means I saved you some time, shawty. All right? And please feel free to ask questions. I'm happy to take on questions as I'm going. That's what makes it fun for me, like the interaction, the back and forth, if any. Usually it's like me talking to me, and I'm okay with that too. But I'd rather there be questions like to be asked. And you know what? I need to go on Facebook, because sometimes Facebook chat doesn't show up on Restream. Sometimes it does. Oh yeah, I got my coffee. I was so tired, and I drank a coffee. And I feel so much better. Like, I don't know if you can tell, but I had coffee today. Here's my coffee. So while I'm waiting for my Facebook to load and all of the stuff, let's get into the next thing you want to think about when creating a lead magnet. It should have something easy that people can like easily apply. So you deliver. The last thing I said was like you deliver a promise. The next thing you're thinking about is like, what can they do right after they receive my lead magnet to move forward in the process that they're in. And that can be really easy depending on what your audience is, what you're delivering to them, but really how you say it to them. You can even like say, here, use this checklist and go ahead and hire oh, like how Carmen's is, hire this person after this checklist. Like that's one thing that you can do. Or you can say, after you read this guide, you will feel comfortable starting off with Facebook ads. You know what I'm saying? Or you can say, um, like, here are, this is really random, but this is because I was researching it yesterday. Here are the negative keyword list. This is for something for Google Ads. Here, use these negative keyword lists for this industry and then launch your ads because I know you've been waiting. If you're searching for negative keyword lists, that probably means you're in a process of making an ad. So if you found somebody who's a lead magnet that is a list of negative keywords, then they're just going to promise you, hey, copy and paste this. And then you're going to be able to go ahead about your day and get those ads popping. What do I think about using services and pricing guide for a lead magnet? Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah. Please do one. I see, certain people do it on Facebook all the time. And there is actually a lead magnet, and I want to find it. And I'll share it with you if I do. That was fire because also what type of lead magnets would you use for a physical product business? Ooh. So, okay, the first question though. So, yes, using a service and pricing guide for a lead magnet. If your clients are trying to figure out how to price their services, like, yes, for sure. Like, if that's something that your client is going through, if that's a thought process or part of like, what their journey is, hell yes. And just think about like, from that part, how does it link further into what you offer as a service provider? So if you're helping them by like having a services and pricing guide, then like what's the next step that you want them to take to put some money in your pocket? Basically, there's something to think about. But I definitely have seen some. I also just downloaded one. The one that I like a lot was about how to name your service and how to name your offer. And that one was really, really good throughout that lead magnet. It was about like maybe like 13 pages. And I mean, it wasn't like, it was spaced out a lot. And for me personally, like, I just can't, like, paragraphs just like paralyze me. And I'm pretty sure most of the other lazy Americans, it paralyzes them too. So, like, spacing things out, that's why you got to space things out in the email and all that stuff is so important. But that's what they did. And throughout the lead magnet, she was selling her service like over and over. And it wasn't like, it felt like, oh, okay, she would be like, this is the example of blah 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 blah, and then she would be like, here's an example here. Yeah, okay, so yeah. So that in the when you get the book, sorry, I got my pen top. R.I.P. pen top. It's okay, but when you get the book, inside of the book, right here. Okay, yeah. So inside, I hope you bought it through my affiliate link. But they upsold the heck out of me. Oh, girl! Me too. And I fell for some of it. So embarrassing, okay? And that's the first time I really fell into like a serious funnel. After that, like it was crazy. I was like, but the reason why they do that is because what they do is they say, hey, we're going to give you a bunch of value, which I mean, it's a whole ass book. It is a bunch of value, but you just got to pay for the shipping. So then when you pull your card out, dang, you forgot you didn't use my affiliate link. You know how much I get? $1. I could have got $1. I could have been $1 richer. But what they do is they get you to pull your card out. And that's the same, and like the idea behind it is that like, okay, this person's card is already out. I see that like I'm meeting a need for them. They found my stuff, which means that and they already put their card in, which means that I'm solving some kind of problem for them. Let me upsell them on the next service, right? And so that's why .com secrets. So that's why he does it like that. He says, hey, get a physical product, you know what I'm saying? And then, hey, I'll send it to you for free. And that's like kind of a lead magnet for a physical product business. Like, well, no. For a physical product business, depending on what you sell, I think the lead magnet can be like education about the product. So, for example, if you sold hair serum, or like hair stuff, then you could give out a lead magnet about how to determine what your hair porosity is. You can do a lot of education. If you sold car parts, which probably they don't get their customers the same way, but okay, if you sold to people like, yeah, I'm just gonna go with car parts. If you sold car parts, you can get a lead magnet on um, how to make sure you're going to the best auto service, or like how to find like the best deals for transmissions. Like you can still do a lot of educational like lead magnet. I'll even watch. I'm gonna replay later. Back on mom duty. Yes, replay later. I promise won't be super long to see ya. And hugs from one mommy to another. Yeah. So I was answering Carmen's question just about what type of lead magnets would you use for a physical product business, and I would just say really focusing on education, and then like upselling, down when they signed up to the list in the welcome series. So I focus on yes, I'm writing a book about my journey traveling in Japan with top 20. Would top tips vacationing in Japan be a good lead magnet? Yes, and I think tips for vacationing in Japan post COVID would be even better because it's really relevant, especially to a traveler. Think about your position as a traveler. You want to know what's safe. You want to know what to do. You want to know how to navigate, especially if you're going to decide to travel right after Corona is over, or if you're going to decide to travel next year sometime. You want to know, like, okay, how do I navigate Japan? What are the things that I need to do to protect myself? What things do I need to have prepared before I leave? And like make it about Corona, make it about COVID, because traveling is really important. Another thing, other than top tips, I would be like top hotels, the three best, like the most beautiful places you'll ever see. Things like that. Things about the trip. Take like one day, or something like what you learned, or like the best food, or anything like that will go for a good lead magnet. Or it could just be like a good blog, and then you just put your email opt-in at the end of the blog for them to get more information. But if you want to like give them something packaged, like, and then make that into a lead magnet, then that's cool. So when people, I'm gonna like rewind. When people pull out their credit card, which they're already mentally prepared to spend money, and you're already solving a problem for them, so they'll continue to spend when you upsell them on different things. Sometimes they will, sometimes they won't. I know that my mind, I'm a buyer. I love buying shit, y'all. I just buy shit. And so my mind tells me, like, okay, you need this. This sounds cool. This solves a problem. Get it. Get it. Now I am like, okay, Karima, this is your budget. You're just buying the $27 offer, and that's it. I have to like really tell myself, like, cut it off. Because I have like gotten deep into funnels before. If I feel like it can solve a problem for me, I'm going to keep going. And that's most people. Most people are in some kind of pain, and what you're doing is relieving that pain as a service provider for whatever your ideal customer is or what they're doing. So let me go back, and I'm gonna have to get transcripts of this video, because the point of this video really was to educate people about who I'm going to give this lead magnet to. Okay, so be instantly accessible. Subscribers want immediate attention upon the offer something unique. I'm trying to think of like, okay, yeah, you don't gotta do that. I need to like chop my list down. Okay, one thing is, if your lead magnet is going to be long or like 5 or 6 pages, I think depending on what you advertise to them, like deliver in the very beginning. Like, I don't know. I mean, I'm on the fence really, because I feel like if you deliver in the beginning, it like hooks the person in, rather than you like telling them why you're delivering and like building up and then delivering. I just am like so caught up in my own world that I feel like everybody else has a midget attention span like I do. And so that's why I'm like, okay, deliver first, and then, do the explaining after. Or if it's a checklist, you can deliver at the same time and do the explaining like all at once. It's a little bit different. And so the another thing you want to do is have a call to action. So with the call to action, some people, like I mentioned earlier, have it throughout their whole email list. I mean, their whole lead magnet, but you can just have one at the end or even like at the beginning, like in the beginning, the cover page, about me, and like a little work with me under the about me, and then all the way at the end. But you want to have a call to action. And I really think the easiest call to action is a low ticket item, something under $50, something something where the risk feels low. You want people to understand like the risk is low, the value is high. So that when they're like, oh, okay, they may actually like go through and purchase what you're offering them. But you have to really, really articulate how the value is so, so high and the risk is so, so low. Because then that way people will be like more um, open to purchasing what you have to offer from your lead magnet. And now I would love to see what the conversions are like directly from inside of a lead magnet to the next step, because I think the lead magnet is the first step, and then really where the conversions happen is in email, where all the nurturing happens. That's where you're going to see most of the sales. That's where people want to engage with you. That's where you're going to be able to catch their attention. So, I mean, I feel this way because I know that it's true, but I'm just also wondering, like, what does the data look like? Can we even get that data on um, the follow up after someone clicks through to buy whatever, like in your lead magnet? But really, I am a proponent for selling through email. Just sell through email. Once they download your lead magnet, you need a welcome sequence set up. I have been telling some people, like, okay, just have one email because I want you to have at least one thing. And then, like, right now, I have like three or two. I think I have three: the confirmation that you got the email, and then two things where I deliver value. And I'm okay with that right now because I'm like, I have other clients I'm managing and I'm rebuilding my stuff now. But I would say have at least one email so that, like, you're not just doing all this work for nothing. And I honestly, I want you to have a sequence, but I want you to get started. Like, I don't want you to be like, oh, I don't have enough emails, I can't make this live. Like, don't do that. Don't stop yourself from doing that. Have one thing and then done. And I'm going to give a template for that next week, not now. And it'll be real simple, y'all. And actually, we're going to write it together. Like, I'm not doing the work for y'all. We're going to write it together. So, I think that is it. I will take some final questions. If there are any questions, I will be happy to take them. If there are no questions, I completely understand. I am going to finish the work that I started. And yeah, I'm just going to sit here for a couple minutes. Just for a couple minutes. And if anyone has a question, then you can ask me. Okay. I need to change my Periscope name from Bitcoin Bay, and my phone is dead again. You ever do that before? Like your phone be dead, and then you be like, "Oops, it's dead." I really need to change my name from Bitcoin Bay. I do, y'all. I'm gonna retweet myself one more time for the one time. If I really want to help, so if you have any questions right now about like what is a lead magnet, Karima, I got you. There are no dumb questions unless they're personal. Then it's a dumb question. But if it's about email marketing, if it's about your business, if it's about something you're curious about, I am more than happy to answer that for you today. I'm going to let it marinate. Marinate! I have to stop singing. I have to stop singing. Yes. What is a lead magnet? Hi, Anne. Just gave you an air hug. It's nice to see you. Thank you for joining. So, a lead magnet is um, an incentive gift tool to attract your ideal audience and your ideal client to your email list. So, for instance, a lead magnet, I have a list of different things. Um, I'm glad someone appreciates it. I have a list of different lead magnets. So you can do a guide, a report, you can do a cheat sheet, checklist, you can do a workbook or worksheets, where you can do swipe files, which is basically like, hey, copy and paste this. Like I have a swipe file of call to actions that I'm going to give out. You can do something like that. You can do resource lists. You can do a training. You can do a quiz. You can do a consultation. Anything where the person's going to interact with your content, and because of the way they interact with your content, or because they want your content, they're going to sign up to your email list, and then you're going to deliver them that content. So like if there's many ways to do that. So they can sign up, and then once they click sign up, it can like literally initiate a download, or they're going to sign up and then an email will get sent to their inbox to confirm their email, and then a second email that will get sent to their inbox with the actual download in it, which is the way that I think is the best way for you to be able to get used to being in their inboxes. And like the more people click within your email, the more the email service provider like Gmail um, will know, okay, this person likes this account. Keep sending them stuff over to like the primary tab, so you won't get spammed, because getting spammed can be pretty easy. But like when people are when you're sending an email, it's always good to have a call to action, or in your signature have a couple of links like YouTube, Facebook, whatever. People always click that stuff. Like it's funny to me because I did that for one of my clients, and people like when you look at the analytics, people are always clicking the links and nobody even told them to click. It's just because it's there and they're interested. And you can even make sales just through having like short links at the bottom of your um of your footer, like for your signature. So yeah, and I'm gonna give away a checklist for creating an effective lead magnet, and I'm gonna give away it's gonna be just a Notion page or a Google Doc. I have not sure what I want to do, but I'm gonna like have that prepared to give away by Monday. I just need a little bit of time to make it pretty, or maybe I can just do it the next hour. I don't know. We'll see. I don't want to put too much pressure on myself. So I think I finally have a reasonable lead magnet. I took your advice about having a lead magnet ready to co-void. Let me see. I want to see how the heck do I get people to download. Oh, that's a great question. Ooh. Okay. So I saw once upon a time that you had ads on Facebook. I got it pretty, and now I'm stuck as fuck. Okay. Yeah. Um. Ooh. See, Tyra, and we'll take it. Okay. I think she was talking. Okay, so getting people to download is this. One, the question is like, where do you have an account with like MailChimp or ConvertKit, or hold on, coming back with the link. Perfect. So when you said hold on, coming back with the link, I was like, okay. And in my head, I was like, she's walking down the hall. Like, no, you're still on the computer. But while you're getting the link, like if you have and I'll drop the link to mine too while we're here. You know what I'm saying? Might as well. But if you have like an email service provider like ConvertKit, or let me think of somebody else. Or I like ConvertKit. I'm gonna keep, because I feel like it's easy to navigate their system, especially if you're new. Say if you have that service provider, then you're going to get people to email, and then once they email, I'm gonna actually just go in ConvertKit and show. Let me actually show you how that works. And why did somebody named Arnold Schwarzenegger email me? Why am I getting spammed? I think this is spam, and I'm just going to mark it as spam before I even open it. I'm sorry. Okay, attract go to. So hold on. While we're here, I'm going to open up this lead magnet. I'm going to change my screen over. Okay. I got that email too, Kay. Which email? Oh, about Arnold Schwarzenegger? What the heck? But you be getting weird stuff. Like, I forgot what you said that somebody did to you. I was cracking the fuck up. Oh, it was GoFundMe. Really? That's too clickbaity. They should know better than to do that. Okay. So let's look at this. 5 things to consider when rescheduling your event. Okay. Events by Tyra. I like that name a lot. I like that name. You are a warrior. Thank you. Thank you. This is good. I'm already like, I feel great. None of us could imagine our lives being impacted the way you're reading this guide because you're rolling with the punches. Who wrote this for you? This is great. I'm pretty sure you did, but I like it. Let's review our contracts. Let's settle on a new date. Time to reach out to our vendors. And finally, make the tough decisions. Ooh, I would take the space up right here. That's just minor. That's semantics. And if you could, I would make this white box bigger, and I would make the text a little bit bigger, if that's possible. So that way, it's like for glasses people, like it's really easy for it to pop out. Other than that, I might make this like, I don't know if it's black, but I will make it black. But other than that, like, we want to help. Claim my discount. I love it. I love it. I love it. Get 10% off any event planning package, wedding package. Okay, so I love this. But I love that you have a discount here. I love this whole thing. I would make all this bigger. Make it way bigger and try to make these white parts bigger and have more like bigger font basically, because you just want it to be like very obvious and not hard to read. We want to help. So this is something I gave advice to. I think he was on the no. But so you kind of want to position yourself right here. You want to create some kind of urgency when you offer a discount. So you want to say something like, we understand how COVID is impacting your business. We have a goal of helping 10 local businesses reschedule a blah, 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 or plan any virtual events, blah, 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 blah. For this reason, we are giving this discount for a limited amount of time. You're creating some urgency around it. This discount, I'm pretty sure, is not going to last forever anyways. So you just want to create urgency around the discount that you're giving, because if you don't, then they'll just be like, oh, okay. Like, they might click it, but like creating that urgency will be like, oh, I gotta get this. Like, it makes in their head like, maybe I need to get it. So this is perfect. So let me click on it. The next step would be, and like, it's only loading slow because my computer's slow. So claim your 10% off. You're right in the place. Mention this coupon and save. Okay. So when they purchase, can they click, or is it like a coupon name that they can type in? Like, how does that work? So I'm going to show you my ConvertKit. I only have like 100 or something subscribers. Judge me. I focus on building other people's lists, and then I worry about myself later, because this is so much fun to me. Okay. Karima Digital. So what we're going to do is landing pages. We are going to answer the question that Tyra had, which was, what was the question? How the heck do I get people to download? Okay, that's what we're going to answer. So this is how we create a landing page or have an opt-in in your email. So, but let's just do this is the easy way. Landing page for before you click send for Twitter. So this is my landing page. All right. So I'm gonna be have a dis. I don't know. I don't have online purchases event package at this time. I have to go through client intake, etc. Okay. Hmm. Okay. I'm trying to think because when you give someone a discount on something, you want to make something like actionable. Like you want to make them take action on it. Like so the urgency is there, but like what kind of service could you offer where they're going to take action immediately? Like can you negotiate contracts, renegotiate contracts for event stuff? Can you plan a virtual event? Can you like have like 1 hour consultations that you have where you would give them some advice and then, depending on their yeah, consultation. I think are you asking me if you should offer it, or are you asking me like what do I mean by it? Let me know. But basically, you want to like that discount should be for something that they can act on immediately, so they can like go ahead and redeem it. You don't really want to have it for something that takes a process to get, because then like they might not really get to use it. So I do offer consultation already; they're free. Okay, so that's what I would put. I would put instead of doing a discount, I would put the free consult also require them before I take a client, which makes sense. So I would put the free consultation in there and just like they don't, because if they downloaded your lead magnet, they don't probably know that you do free consultations, or that like or how the consultations work. So I would make that last page like, let's talk about it. During my free consultation, we go through this, and that. At the end, we see if we can work together, if I can help you out. But no matter what, you leave with a next step in mind of how to solve your problem. That makes sense? Something like that would be the most sensible next step. So I'm gonna go here. Let's share. Copy. 405. Oh, that's okay. So, and you could take exactly what I say and remix it because you already can make it better. I saw your thing; it's beautiful. Um, oh yay! I'm so happy. So I'm gonna do one quick thing and I'm gonna let you go because I don't want to hold on for too long. But so, how do I get people to download the guide? So they can put Karima. Let me put in an email. Okay, I put in my email. A digital company. Send it my way. So this is one way they can do it. So once they sign up, once you confirm your email, your download will begin. So that's what I put in there. If you go to Gmail, then boom, Karima Digital in your inbox. So we click on it, confirm your subscription. So I click confirm my subscription. And then what happens is that it leads exactly to my lead magnet. If it loads. Yes. So that's one way you can do it. So people sign up, they automatically get an opt-in to confirm the subscription, and then it leads to my lead magnet before you click send. Right? I actually like this. I think that this is my first one. I did all right. So that's one way. And like what happens is like in ConvertKit, I go here, I go to the mail button, I put after confirming redirect to a download. I click download and then I attach the download. That's one way. Another way is you create an automation, and in the automation, I only do rules. So you ConvertKit, you make a rule, and this is my rule. When someone subscribes to a form, and automations are really fun once you get the hang of it. When someone subscribes to a form so this is the form, then they will be subscribed to a sequence. and I name the sequence the same name as the form. Then you save the rule. Then in sequences, they will get, like, this is the sequence that they'll be subscribed to. This is ConvertKit. I'll type it in. I wish I just emailed them today, like, where's my affiliate link? Hopefully it went in there to Facebook. But yeah, it's called ConvertKit. They have emailed me back because I want my affiliate link. But for me, this is just like, it was easy to onboard. I feel like working with clients, this is pretty easy because, like, once you get the hang of it, you'll feel comfortable navigating inside of it. It has automations. When you're doing service-based stuff, like, unless you're an e-commerce brand, you don't need all that extra newsletter stuff. Maybe a banner, that's fine. Maybe a signature, that's fine too. But you don't need a lot going on in your email. Like, you don't need all these extra structural templates. Like, if you look at all your favorite marketers or stuff like that, it's really simple. Because what you want to do is get them to take action from that email and not really spend a lot of time on it, and get them to click through to your blog or click through to your product. So, and this is what ConvertKit kind of built their templates around. If you go, let's go to templates. If you go into templates, it's not really many like choices they have, and it's for a reason. So they have the regular one with the header, and it's still simple. Then they have just like one with like a background around it, and then they have just a regular one with a button. Or you can create your own, which usually is what I go with. It's a little advanced, but once you get the hang of it, it's not that bad. So yeah, that was everything. I'm a little bit over my time, but I'm really glad I can help, because that's why I do this, is so I can figure out how you think about things so that I can help and be more clear about how I communicate different things. So whatever is important to you is important to me. It is. Tweet me or Facebook me or whatever and let me know if you have any questions. I'll link to my Facebook group under the tweet where I answer people's questions throughout the week, and I try to encourage and give feedback on what they're doing with their marketing. And have a great weekend. For the mamas out there, have a happy Mother's Day. I'll be celebrating my first Mommy's Day. So excited. Love you too. Like, I'm literally giving hugs because we get to seriously social distance, but you know what I mean. Love you too. Yeah, happy Mother's Day to all the mommies out there. And I'm going to go and finish this lead magnet so I